Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of Harmonies. And I will be using the Nature Spirit cards, and I will be playing on the A side of the board. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm all set up to play a solo game of Harmonies. I've played it a handful of times now. I unboxed this yesterday. I filmed a solo playthrough shortly after unboxing it, after playing a couple of games, and recorded only the audio. I didn't actually get any video, and I didn't think that this was a game suited for the podcast format. So let's try this solo playthrough again. Luckily, it's not a very long game, and I really enjoy it, so I don't mind playing it again. I'll try and give you some more thoughts on the game at the end of the video, but I'm playing on the A side of the board, so I've got the matching scoring card here. I am playing with the Nature Spirit card, so we're going to deal 2 cards from the top of this deck, and the rest won't be used. And I haven't tried either of these yet, but this one I've been hesitant to take because it makes you build one tree of each height, or one forest tree, well, one of each height in either case. So one that's just on the ground, and then one trunk and 2 trunks. And then it makes your 1 trunks effectively worth 7 points and your 2 trunks worth 11, which is pretty nice, but I've had a hard time consistently getting trees down so far. But this one's pretty cool because it makes your prairie spaces or your fields, you no longer need to have groups of at least 2. Groups of 1 are worth 5 points, and then additionally, groups of 2 or more are worth 5 points. So I want to try this one. That looks pretty cool to me. So I'm going to place that here with the Nature Spirit cube on it, the clear one. And then I like to, because in the solo mode you clear this board every round, I like to just throw the cleared pieces in this box so that I don't lose them, and so that I've got some idea. I can easily look and see sort of the ratios of what's already gone by. So in the solo game, we play with 3 animal cards in the sort of market, in the offer, as opposed to 5 in a multiplayer game. And I've got my bag here, so we're going to mix it up really good. And I am going to draw, everything's falling out. I'm going to draw 3 groups of 3. The hardest part of this is I always have, for whatever reason, a hard time grabbing just 3. I always think I have 3, and then it turns out to be 4, and then I don't know which one is the one that shouldn't be there. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, these really are very nice tokens. Okay, a lot of rivers and mountains. 1, 2, 3. Tree trunk and 2 buildings. Okay, so none of these cards have anything to do with any buildings or with the mountain terrains, but I do need 2 water to activate this, so I think I'll take this set. And you know what? I'm going to aim to put it in the corner. If I can get a prairie here, or a field here and a field here, then this one would normally not score, but it will with this card. And then I get my water at least in a line, and maybe I can try and like snake it around and make a really long path to score that. So where do I want to put this? I don't really have any good indication on where I might want to put it based off of any of these animal cards, because I could use it to either build up a mountain range or to place a building on top of it. Maybe I'll just throw it down in this corner, and I can potentially build a mountain range down there. So now these get discarded, and then in the solo game, unlike in the multiplayer, I can choose in any round where I have not taken an animal card, which I have not this round. I'm not going to take any of these. I can choose to discard and replace one of these. So I'm going to discard, I think, this one, and replace it. All right, with that one. So this one's got these fields on it, and I'm planning on building some fields. So maybe that would be a good one to get at some point, although you need to place a lot of them to really score. And I don't really want both of these because they're both going to put their animal markers on fields, and I don't want to have cards competing with each other. So now we refill here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've got to count or else I end up with 4. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to take this set so I can put a field here. I could build up that mountain a little more, or I guess, why don't I just make 2 and now that'll score. And I could start building this to like work on this card. I know there's going to be a field here. So I put a field here. I could use a tree maybe here and here. So let's try that. So I'll take this card since I'm kind of committing to that in some way. And I need to add 3 animal cubes to it. So the first one's going to be worth 5 points if I can get that down. And now these unselected pieces get discarded. I refill the animal cards. Interesting. And draw some more tokens. So one thing I noticed about my board is I have not stacked anything yet. So I'm taking up, that's interesting, a lot of spaces early on, which could lead to a shorter game, which I have not found it to be especially advantageous for me to have shorter games, at least not yet. I don't know if I get more skilled. Maybe there's some things I haven't figured out yet. Well, this is something. I don't know if it can ever be all that bad to get this much water. Let's just take it and do this with it. That'll help with scoring. So these go away. And what might I want to discard? Well, I already said this kind of competes with this, so I don't want it. So let's discard that and replace it with, all right, that kind of does the same thing this does, just with different pieces. I don't know that I love either of those. All right, let's get some more tokens out. Found that as I play, I typically end up with either too many animal cards or not enough animal cards. I seem to do better when I err on having too many. But that doesn't seem to be what I'm doing in this playthrough, so I'm anticipating a lower score. I think we'll take these 3 this time. So I'm going to place this field here, which now allows me to finish this, and I'm going to choose that orientation. And now this is off to the side. And then I'll place another trunk here, so I'm getting closer to fulfilling that. And then I can make one of these mountains taller like that, and that'll help it score a little better. So these go away. I don't think I'm going to take any of these animal cards, and I don't know, let's get rid of this one. It's been out there a few rounds. I haven't really gotten any interest in it, and maybe we'll take a look at that one. I could probably knock that one out without too much trouble. I'm not going to take it yet, but I'll think about it. So let's get some more tokens. All right, we've got those 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. And none of these are bad. I don't really want the building. I don't see much advantage to that. Both of these are pretty good. I think I'll grab this one though. So I can put another field here so I can unlock both of these once I get these trees down. And then here's one of the trees. And this, let's see, I would get more points by just making this one 3 tall. So that's what we're going to do. We'll discard these. And I think I can probably get some more trees. If I put one more water here and 2 single trees, then I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should be able to complete this card. I'm going to take it. So let's add some animal cubes to it. I feel like I'm taking a lot of low-scoring cards that need a lot of animals placed, which is probably not great strategically. All right, and that's to replace some buildings next to water. I don't think I'm going to do that one. So let's get some more tokens again. 4. See, I hate when I do that. Put them all back in, shuffle it up. 1, 2, 3. That's what happens. I don't count out loud. 1, 2, 3. Too many trunks. I don't need any more trunks. 1, 2, 3. Gosh, I'm getting a trunk no matter what I do. All right. So I don't want this one. The question is, would I rather have a prairie or a water, or a field or a water? I kind of want both. But maybe I'll take this. I'll throw the water here. Throw the tree here. And now I can take this animal and this animal. They're both achieved. I guess I am going to need another tree, but I'll need another field too. So how might I achieve this one with another tree? Maybe I put it here and a field in that spot. And then I'll achieve it there. And the water can just keep coming down this way. That would be a really long water path. So that's pretty good. So let's discard these. I did not take an animal card. So let's get rid of, I don't know, this one and replace it. Penguins, I don't think that's going to happen either. I'm not scoring very well with my animals. All right, oof, 2 buildings and a field. It's not really what I'm doing right now. A building, a trunk, and a water. I really need some trees. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, that's something, huh? Well, maybe we'll just cut off this water here. We'll get a building. We'll just double stack them. We'll put this here. I need that for scoring. And maybe we put a building here, and that should score as well, as long as I get a plant on here. And maybe we just cool it with the water at this point. I think that's fine. Although maybe I put the building here and try and put a different habitat next to it somewhere. Maybe another mountain here, because then I can put another field here and double score for it. So that's what we'll try. Let's get rid of this and replace it. Man, that's not going to happen now. It could happen if I put 2 fields here, but I've already kind of reserved those 2 spots for trees, and I really need those trees. So let's draw some tokens and hopefully get 3 trees. That would be great. 1, 2, 3. Tree, mountain, building. We've got building, trunk, and field. And then trunk, tree. And I think I got to go with these trees. So we're going to put a tree here, which completes this. That gets me 7 points by itself. And then I'm going to put a tree here. And that allows me to place one of these on this water, and one on this water, and one on this water. So that's another 6 points. And this trunk piece, I'm just going to dump this up here. Maybe I can build a tall tree. I don't know. So let's now get rid of this and this. And let's replace these penguins. That's not going to happen. We get mountain, water. I frequently really like that card, but it's not going to be super useful right now. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left open on my board. If I ever get down to 2 spots left open, the game will end. So the 2 end triggers are either having 2 spots left or having no more tokens left in the bag. Playing solo only, I have never gotten to the point of having no more tokens left in the bag. All right, we're getting a water either way. Ooh, but that last one is a pretty good draw. And it looks like this is the only thing that I could take that would not end the game, because I could stack this mountain, place 2 water, and have 3 spots left. I guess the water would go here, mountain would go over here. I'd have 1, 2, 3 spots left. These would all have to be placed flat. So I guess I could place this tree here, but that doesn't really help me to accomplish anything. I'm going to take this one. If I put this prairie here, it'll double score me. So that's useful to have. And then I can place this tree here, which will grab these last 2 animals. That's going to be another 11 points for that placement. So I think that's useful. And this water, we're just going to place it over here so it's next to the building so that the building scores some points. So that's not a complete waste. And there's no penalty for it. So I might as well grab this card and throw some animals on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. because I can complete this bottom one immediately right here. So it's 2 free points, I might as well take it. And at this point, I only have 2 empty spaces left, so the game is over. It's time to add up the score. So we're going into scoring. First, we look at these completed animal cards and just get the maximum score. So 15 and 17, that's going to be 32. Plus, this special nature spirit card allows for 5 points for every group of prairies of 1 or more. I keep saying prairies. Every group of fields that's 1 or more. So 5, 10, 15 points there. So that's going to get me up to 47. And then for my incomplete animal cards, whatever is the highest revealed number without a cube on it. So that's just going to be another 2 points. That gets me to 49. Not great, but that's kind of okay based off of how I've been scoring. So now let's go through these steps. So we don't score anything for this trunk, but for these forests of level 1, that's each a point, so that's 2 points there. And I've got 3 level 2 forests, so those are going to be 3 points each. So that's 11 points for forests. It gets me up to 60. Now we're going to score mountains. They have to be grouped. I've only got 2, and they are grouped. This is a stack of 1 is worth 1. A stack of 3 is worth 7, so that's going to be another 8 points. Gets me up to 68. Now we score the fields. Every group of 2 or more is worth 5 points, and I've got 2 of those, so that's another 10 points. Gets me up to 78. For buildings, I've only got 1 building, and it has to be adjacent to 3 or more different terrain types. So this one's adjacent to trees and fields and water. So that's worth 5 points. That gets me up to 83. And finally, my longest water. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be worth 15 points. So that gets me up to a total of 98. So that's a pretty average score for me. Now, this game is just, in solo mode, it's just beat your own score. Normally, I would think that 98 is, like my score to beat, but there's sort of this system in the back to balance things out a little bit, but it's kind of convoluted too. You convert your points into suns. So a score of 98, that's between 90 and 110. So that gets me 3 suns. I played on the A side of the board, so that gets me a 4th. And then this nature spirit that I chose is part of this group, which gets me another as well. So I've got 3, 4, 5 suns out of a total theoretical max of 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's not too bad. I think 6 suns is my best so far, because I played on this side of the board with, again, one of these spirits previously, and I was just shy of this 130. I think I was at 128, so that got me 1 more sun. So I think this, attempts to balance out the 2 different sides of the boards and some of the effects of these different spirits, or not playing with one. So that's the purpose of the suns, but it's sort of an extra step. I kind of just like playing my own score, and I'm not too worried about the balance issues. So at least it's a better playthrough than I did the first time when I tried to record this, but certainly wasn't optimized. I don't really know the different patterns in this deck yet. I think as I play more, it'll help in that I'll have a better idea of what types of patterns I might expect to see available later, and then I can kind of do some of my placement around that. But I don't think that was a terrible playthrough. So overall, I really like this game. For me, it definitely falls into that sort of cozy category. I feel like this is a great wind down game at the end of the day. I can see playing this, before bed. It's really, it's got some interesting choices, but it's not brain burny to the point where it is exhausting me. It just feels lighthearted and fun. The components are really nice. These chunky wooden pieces are easy to pick up, and they just feel good. I feel like the color palette is vibrant, but it's not too bold, and it's quick to play, so that's convenient too. So I found so far, only having the game for a day or so, but this is a game where I'm happy to play it, and then when I'm done, tear it down and play it immediately again. So really pleased with it. Glad I picked this one up. But if you've played Harmonies, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. And if you haven't played it, also let me know what you think about it. Or in either case, let me know if you've got any questions about the game, or if you noticed that I made any mistakes, or that I made any tactical errors. If you've got any strategy tips for me, I would love to hear those. I'm sure others would appreciate it as well. And at some point, I could see coming back and putting this on the channel again and just playing the opposite side of the board. So the other side looks like this, and it has all the same scoring conditions except for the bottom. And on this one, you're trying to separate this board into multiple little islands using the water, and you're scoring for the more islands you have. And then there's just more tiles or more hexes on this grid in total, so you can play a slightly longer game. So it's not like really one side is any harder than the other, in my opinion. I think it's pretty neutral. You're just scoring differently. But I could see putting this on the channel as well. If that's something you're interested in, just let me know. At time of recording, I'm doing a bunch of big box games, I feel like, on the channel right now, and I'm doing so many videos that I've had to start releasing on other days of the week as well, just to try and keep up. And sometimes it's nice to have something a little simpler for one week. So maybe I'll save another Harmonies playthrough for when I feel like I really need a break. But those are my initial thoughts on Harmonies. I'd love to hear yours. If you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. You can share this video with somebody else who might like it, and you can always head over to my Ko-fi page, ko-fi, to make a contribution to the channel. That is always very appreciated. But that's what I've got this time on Table for One. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time playing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.